and welcome back to the Flake Files. My name is Jordan, and today I wanted to talk about ichthyosis and breastfeeding. I like to say that ichthyosis it's not my whole life, but it does almost affect everything that I do. So I like to say it's a skin condition because it just changes. It's not a disease. It's not anything like that. It just changes how I have to live my life. It doesn't mean it's better or worse. It just means that it changes the way I do things, which, everybody has to do things differently. So, my breastfeeding story. When I was pregnant with my first child, Sadie, who, if you catch up, whatever, she does not have ichthyosis. My son, who is 15 months old, he does have ichthyosis. If you want to know what ichthyosis is, and this is the first time you're hearing about it, I will leave a playlist down below of everything else. But pretty much it's a rare genetic skin condition with dry, flaky, itchy, red, irritated skin. So I knew going into having my first child that I would like to try breastfeeding, but I knew that it might not work. It might be very challenging, but I was all for it. Also, if you are my family watching this and you do not want to hear about this region on my body, please stop watching. Please stop watching now because I'm going to talk about it. So, not only do I have ichthyosis, I also have flat nipples. If you don't know what that is, it's just where the nipple does not protrude either very much or at all, or actually it can be inverted. So I knew that was also another hurdle that I would have to face. So I did tons and tons and tons of research. I asked on all the ichthyosis support pages and everything, and I tried to gather as much information as I could. So when my daughter was born, I had a lot of complications with her. If you want to know about that, I also have my birth story with her. But I had a lot of complications, so I had a lot of nurses and lactation consultants and everything helping me even hold her and everything like that. And her suction was so strong. She had a super strong suction. Even the lactation consultant was like, we could stick her to the wall and she would stay there. So it was very painful. Cracked nipples right away. I was pumping in the hospital, and I was making a good bit of milk from the get-go, which was awesome. But it just got so painful. I got out of the hospital on a Thursday. Yeah, she was born on a Monday. I got out of the hospital on Thursday. And then Saturday I woke up and we had to take her to a doctor's appointment. Well, I was seeing spots, but I also had really, really, really low hemoglobin, so I just thought that it had to do with that. And it probably did partially, but I just, didn't feel good, but I chalked everything up to, well, I just had a baby, I just had a C-section, I'm still recovering. And later on that day, my doctor called me to check on me. And he said, it's normal to be tired and worn out, but if you develop a fever or the chills or anything like that, call me ASAP. Well, not even 5 minutes after I got off the phone with him, my fever spiked up to 101 at that point. It eventually got to 104. I had the worst chills, and I had a giant bruise on my stomach. No kidding, my stomach was still puffy, but it was from my belly button to my hip, and from my belly button to your normal underwear line, it was dark purple, almost black. It was so bad. So I called my doctor, and he said, I'm admitting you, just I've got you a room waiting, get up to the hospital. So I went in, and the chills and the fever I had really bad mastitis that was almost septic, and the bruise ended up just being the blood transfusion that I had gotten pulled under the skin. So they just had to give me more blood and give me IV antibiotics for the mastitis. I decided to keep on going. At that point, I was pumping because I could not really get her to latch. The lactation consultants in the hospital were very anti-nipple shield, so I felt wrong about using them, which now I think that if it can save your breastfeeding journey, use them. I would rather have to wean off of them later than not breastfeed because it hurts, or not breastfeed because of an improper latch because of flat nipples or whatever. But I kept pumping, and then not even a week later, I got mastitis again. And then I decided to stop because I was so sick that I could not take care of my baby. Thankfully, I was at my mom's house, and she was able to watch Sadie while I slept, because if you've had mastitis before, it's like you can hardly do anything. Anytime I had to do anything, I was in tears. I couldn't stand up straight. I was so sore. My boobs hurt so bad. They are literally like bowling balls attached to your skin or attached to your chest that are so painful when you touch them. Mastitis is no joke. It hurts. So that was Sadie. Maybe about 3 or 4 months later, I did try to relactate, and I only got up to about an ounce a day. And then the same thing, I had mastitis a couple times, and since then I have learned from another ichthyosis mom, like she has ichthyosis and she has a kid, that the keratinization of the skin can also happen in the milk ducts. So we also have more cracks and stuff in our skin anyways, and so it's more open to infection, so we're more likely to get mastitis. But also, I had a good bit of milk with her, and she wasn't, she had a tongue tie, so that was why she was not getting the milk out all the way. So then, fast forward to pregnancy with Jackson. So now he is 15 months old now. Same thing, I wanted to try. I was like, you know what, like, I've learned from all of my mistakes, all of my lack of education last time. Like, I'm gonna do it. He was born with ichthyosis, not an issue at all. The only issue that he had after he was born was he couldn't control his temperature very well, so he had to stay under some warmers for a while. I was fine. I had no complications after him. I felt great. As great as you can after having surgery, but like, I didn't have the problems like I did last time. But the same, I had flat nipples. It was hard for him to latch. He was 2 ounces less than Sadie, but he was just so little, and like, he was really sleepy. He slept a lot, so he was a little lazy. And I thought we were doing good. I was using the nipple shield, and we were doing pretty good. But then he wasn't gaining weight, which, could have been ichthyosis, or it could have been other things. I was still pumping, and everything was going good. Well, then I had, at 6 days postpartum, I had a lactation consultant, like, out of the hospital meeting, and I went, and they did a weighted feed, and he only transferred 0.5 ounces, so only half an ounce, which was not good at all. So they told me that I needed to be latching for, like, recreational purposes, and I needed to be pumping, like, when a baby eats, and then, if I wanted to latch on, then pump, and then bottle feed, I could do that. That was a lot. So I just latched, like, maybe at night or whatever, and he still did pretty good. We had to use the nipple shield still, but, like I said, I'd rather use a nipple shield and then try to take it away later than not use it at all. Well, then 7 days postpartum, we had to go to MUSC for a dermatology appointment, and I woke up with another 103-degree fever. I was in so much pain, mastitis. And it was just, he wasn't transferring enough milk. And I'm pretty sure that he has a lip tie. Like, even now, I'm pretty sure he has a lip tie. But we haven't gotten that fixed. So I called my doctor. I got antibiotics. Because I knew exactly what it was. Well, with him, I never, like, got him to latch, like, all the time anymore. We would occasionally latch until he was maybe, like, 3 months old. But it was just never something we did. So I ended up exclusively pumping with him until he was 6 months old. I only made, I think at the highest, I made maybe 18 ounces a day, maybe 15. I think like 17 or 18 was like the best day I had. But that's okay, you know. Still, I think it takes like 3 ounces or something to get the benefits of breast milk every day. But I was so proud of myself. I did get mastitis a couple more times, but it was just, I didn't even have to get antibiotics because the fever went away within 24 hours, and I just used cabbage leaves and slept and took Tylenol and everything like that, and it was fine. So my struggles with Jackson and exclusively pumping, I used the Spectra breast pump. Because of my flat nipples, it's also very hard to size the flanges, so that probably didn't help. Another problem, so I used the Spectra pump, I used the Lecithin Smart Pump, and I used the Baby Buddha breast pump. The Baby Buddha was the last one that I used. It hurt, but it worked. I loved the Spectra with Sadie, but I didn't like it this time. I think I would have been fine with a Mandela. I used a Mandela and then a Spectra with Sadie. But with Jackson and then pumping for 6 months, I had a crack on one of my nipples the entire time. Like, it would heal, and then the next time I pumped, it would crack right back open. But that was fun. And because it was like an open wound for so long, I now have a scar. It was painful for sure. I don't even know what I would do to prevent that at this point. Or, you know, if we were to have another child and that would happen again. I don't even know what I would do to prevent that. Some awesome things. Cabbage leaves were awesome. I would always use Aquaphor or Vaseline before I pumped. I know that that's a little controversial. Like, a lot of people use coconut oil, but coconut oil gives me what's it called? Like, almost like a chemical burn. So I wouldn't have used Aquaphor and then breastfed, but you know, I was pumping. So, and that kind of helped it from getting like chafe or whatever. I would recommend definitely drying out the nipples after you're done pumping or breastfeeding, just because like thrush, and then like we have a higher chance of like thrush anyways, the same, you know, yeast, fungal, whatever. I liked those gel Soothie pads. Those were awesome. I had these microwave like rice, I don't think it was rice, it was some kind of like grain. They were round things that went around your pumping flanges, and you could put them in the microwave or you could put them in the fridge. Those were better than the Soothie, or the, what are they called? The Lecithin TheraPearls, is that what they're called? I don't know, a lot of people have them explode in the microwave, so that's not good. Sunflower lecithin, I think is what it's called. I will leave links to all this stuff down below. I'm sorry I don't have pictures. I don't have any of this stuff anymore. That was really good at preventing clogs. I did get clogged ducts all the time. But all that to say, my final thoughts on everything is I don't regret anything that I did except for maybe not realizing that Sadie had a tongue tie and Jackson had a lip tie. You really have to be an advocate for those kinds of things because not everyone is familiar or educated on the subject, and it can really impact your breastfeeding journey. I listened to the doctors and the lactation consultants and everything like that, and even one of them, when I went to that weight check, even the assistant, she said, oh, he has a lip tie, and because it didn't hurt, they didn't think anything of it, despite his low transferring, but he wasn't getting a deep enough latch because of it, because he couldn't flange his top lip all the way. But I would do it all over again. If we had another kid, I would try again. If you want to breastfeed, even if you have ichthyosis, just try. Ask other moms. If you want to message me on Instagram, it's the same name as my YouTube. Ask me any questions, and I will try my best to help you. Even if you want to pump, like I said, even if you're a low supplier, those 3 ounces a day are still all you need. Sorry if that's not the right amount, but whatever the amount is, that's, if you want to do it, do it. If you don't feel comfortable and you think it's going to bother your skin, or you want to get back on your retinoids or whatever, just, get some donated milk or use formula. I don't care. Do whatever you want. Feed your baby. Who cares? The most gentle breast pump is probably the Spectra. If you're worried about sensitivity and everything like that, just find what works well for you. Talk to your doctor, get in with a lactation consultant ASAP. But do what works for you. Even if they say, you have to do X, Y, and Z, if it doesn't feel right, if it's not working, change it, because at the end of the day, it's you and your baby's breastfeeding journey, and that's all that matters. If it works for you, do it. So thank you so much for watching. Sorry that this video is 18 minutes. I hope I can get it down. But thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.